I'm drunk as fuck, B, so I thought I'd share the story with you. Be me, 15 years old. Be in Romania. Live in orphanage. I'd rather have lived in hell. War in Moldova breaks out in 1992. Stole money for over a month so I can get there and maybe make a life for myself. Gather enough money and headed out. 3 more weeks of almost dying every day. Get accepted into the army without any ID. About a month later, one night, I get shot in the head. God bless Russian ammunition. The bullet moved about half the speed it should have and bounced off. Stay in hospital for the rest of the war. Moldovan government wants to pay me. Ask instead of apartment. They give me a shitty 2-room apartment. Fast forward to 1998. I made a decent life for myself and even became a Moldovan citizen. Everything went really nicely until this one fucking night. Can't recall the exact day, but I was taking a walk as I usually am. Decided to take a detour. Worst decision I ever made. Little girl sits on the ground. Clothes are all fucked up. She isn't moving. Is she dead? I thought. Poked her. I kept doing it until I heard a muffled, "Please stop." She didn't even raise her face to look at me. I asked her what was the matter. She told me she had run away from her orphanage. She said it was like hell. That struck too close to home for me. I knew all too well what she was feeling. I asked her if she wanted to come home with me. To this day, I still remember her exact words.
Are you going to rape me too?
You what, mate? I told her that I wasn't, and I told her to come with me. She lifted up her face to look at me. Have you ever seen the face of a dead person? That's exactly how she looked. Grabbed her by the arm and took her home. To this day, I believe she thought that I was going to rape her. Fed her and gave her some of my clothes. They were way too big for her, but they did the trick. Ask her what her name is. Let's call her Anna. We talked for a bit. Learned what she's been through and what happened to her at the orphanage. Basically raped constantly. Found that she was 11. Told her to go to sleep as it was very late. I lay on the floor of the kitchen and fall asleep. Next day, I go into my room. She's all over the place. One of her feet up is against the wall, the other dangling off the edge of the bed. Her arms are in basically every single direction possible. She's drooling. And I mean fucking drooling. My bed almost became like an ocean. Literally the funniest and cutest shit I've ever seen. Closed the door. Try not to die of laughter. About 4 hours later, she wakes up. She says that she's sorry and she should go back. Tell her to screw the orphanage and share what my childhood was about. She finally understands why I took her home. Give her some more food. Days go by. She learns how to make really good goddamn food. While watching TV, I take a look at her. She's wearing my old clothes. That won't do, I tell myself. I take her shopping. Get some weird looks from people because she's still wearing my oversized clothes. Buy the cutest fucking skirt I've ever seen. That shit costed half my salary, but damn it was worth it just to see her beautiful smile. A few weeks later, she starts having nightmares of being abused. Won't sleep alone in her room. Buy a bigger bed so I can sleep in the same room with her. The nightmares seem to get rarer and rarer. 3rd of August, 2001. She fucking calls me daddy. Happiest day of my life, and I'll never forget it. Months go by, and I take her to school. She's finally getting an education. Smartest kid in her class. Gather money to bribe some people to create official documents which would say that I'm her father. Works out without a single hiccup. Officially her father on the 10th of September 2002. Now this is where it all goes to shit. Take her home as usual. She's usually quiet. Typically Anna would tell me everything about her day. But not today. She just walked alongside me and said yes or no to every single one of my questions. We get home and I make dinner this time. While eating, she bursts out in tears. Is my food really that bad? .avi? Anna tells me some kids trapped her in the bathroom and fucked her. Fuck, I'm getting my blood boiling just as I'm typing this. Go out of my fucking mind. Ask what their names are, those little fucking shits. She won't tell me. I get really fucking angry. Tell her that I'll kill the entire fucking school until I find them. She finally breaks and tells me. Find those little shit stains that look like humans. Follow them home one by one and beat the living shit out of them. Every day. One guy. This went on for 5 days. None of them ever came back to the school. Don't know if I killed them or fucked them up for life. Preferably the latter, since those fuckfaces don't even deserve death. Kids at school call her a whore. They say that she fucks me. At this point, I'm thinking of fucking every single one of those subhumans up. Tell her that if I were to go away, she must take care of herself. I literally had in my mind killing 300 plus kids, and all teachers who would do nothing when I asked for fucking help. She realizes it, and stops me. Weeks pass, and she gets more and more silent. Doesn't talk to me. I try to reach out to her. Promised her that I'd protect her no matter what. 2nd of January, 2004. I go to visit a friend, and tell Anna she can do whatever she wants while I'm gone. Come back home. Silence. Get the worst gut feeling I've ever got. Go to her room. Nothing. Go to the kitchen. Nothing. Go to the bathroom. Find her lying face down. Turn her over. She stabbed herself in the heart. Sit down next to her and start crying. Felt like an eternity. Eventually, a neighbor entered the room while hearing all the goddamn crying I was doing. He called the police. I tagged the policemen when they tried to take me away from her. They handcuffed me to a pipe in the bathroom. All of them had this look of pity on their face, which I'll never forget. Calm down and go to the police station to give a report. The policeman found a note. I don't have the stomach to type it. Sorry. Go to identify a body. I look at her face for the last time. That look on her face. It was the same when I found her. Hopeless and dead. Bury her. The skirt I bought her years ago wouldn't fit her anymore, so I put it next to her, alongside a picture of me and her that I'd taken a year ago. I regret ever meeting her. Maybe if she hadn't have met me, she'd been happier. Maybe she'd be alive. I think that's the end of the journey for me. It was not a shit posting with all you faggots. I was a bad person my entire life, and I've never done a good thing. But if I had one wish, I'd ask God if he exists. It would be if I could see her again, just for one more fucking time.